have banded together to mount a rogue offensive aimed at defeating the sitting president of their own party. They call themselves the Lincoln Project, named for the party of Lincoln.
Recently, an unexpected turn of events led to the sight of the teary-eyed ex-President Trump, who is known for his assertive and unwavering personality. This unusual incident took place after he viewed a satirical advertisement by the Lincoln Project. Despite his hard-nosed image, Trump, famous for his distinctive hairstyle, couldn't keep his emotions in check. This episode has sparked a wave of interest among people about the ad that stirred such a reaction from Trump.
God said, I need a corrupt man who is above the law and immune from justice. So God made a dictator. God said, I need a man who will use violence to seize power. So God made a dictator.
In search of an individual known for unfulfilled promises and dishonesty, living in opulence while convincing the struggling masses that he was their champion, God found Trump. The Lincoln Project, known for their humorous content, has been satirizing Trump for a while now. Their latest piece focuses on the tumultuous day when MAGA followers breached the Capitol. This recent video uses humor to underscore the ridiculousness of the day's events, while also drawing attention to the seriousness of what transpired. The Lincoln Project persists in using their brand of satire to critique and lampoon Trump's deeds, ensuring their audience remains amused while delivering a sharp political commentary.
And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them.
The video features instances where Trump misspeaks and makes peculiar remarks. It emphasizes his frequent self-contradictions and bizarre assertions.
Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
The footage, eerily reminiscent of a movie scene, is shockingly from our very own national news. This is our country, our reality. It's hard to digest that individuals like Trump could potentially campaign for the presidency again. The turmoil and drama that transpired that day appear like they're pulled straight out of a suspenseful fiction, yet they're all too real. The slogan, "Make America Great Again," now feels ironic and unsettling in the wake of such events in a nation that boasts of its democracy and stability. The fact that incidents of this nature can occur here and someone like Trump can still be in the running for the presidency is a telling commentary on our current political state. It begs the question of what lies ahead for us and whether we can truly recover from these stormy times.
It's the storming of the Capitol. Trump supporters forcing their way into the halls of Congress. The remarkable scenes unfolded on live TV.
I can see at least half a dozen protesters scaling, literally climbing the walls of the Capitol.
The Lincoln Project has become an emblem of democratic resistance, safeguarding basic rights and liberties. The battle against Trumpism is only just starting. Far from Washington, D.C., the Lincoln Project has established a command center led by former Republican operatives Steve Schmidt and Rick Wilson. The group has initiated an unyielding campaign against Trump, employing the same hard-hitting tactics they once used against Democrats, including impactful ads. One ad named Regret features comedian David Cross enumerating Trump's deficiencies like racism, sexism, narcissism, and appealing to Nazis. The ad is notorious for a startling moment. It leaves viewers aghast as pandemonium and catastrophe unravel. A voice echoes with regret, expressing profound remorse for ever voting for Trump. The moment is so potent that it sends shivers down your spine and leaves you spellbound. It feels as if the heavens have parted to denounce past errors. You'll be awestruck watching this cinematic magnum opus of regret. "I'm starting to regret my vote for Trump," the voice laments. Trump's perilous and divisive conduct poses a threat to the nation. There are also ads purposely designed to agitate the president himself. For instance, one ad spotlights Trump's notorious rally in Tulsa in June. It directly confronts Trump about the repercussions of his actions, using phrases like sad, low energy, and weak. The ad not only critiques Trump's behavior, but also casts a pall over his entire presidency, a powerful glimpse at the highest office in the land, revealing its defects. This candid portrayal might be what jolted Trump and caused him to shed tears.
And can't deliver. Sad, weak, low energy, just like your presidency, just like you.
Absolutely, it appears that there's an increasing number of Trump supporters who have begun to critique him as well. One critic mentioned that Trump, for the past 4 years, has done nothing but offend almost everyone. Now it seems the tables have turned, and he is on the receiving end of criticism. This shift in sentiment appears to be a reflection of the growing opposition towards him.
He's a war hero because he was captured. I like people that weren't captured, okay?
No, Donald, you're wrong. They are heroes because they were captured.
The founders of the Lincoln Project felt a sense of accomplishment when Trump reacted to their organization with his typical Twitter tirades and media outbursts, predictably dubbing them the Losers Project. These adept political strategists consider themselves experts on Trump, accurately forecasting his blunders and accumulating plenty of material to release at the opportune moment. A recent ad by the Lincoln Project titled Honor ingeniously juxtaposed images of honorable military service with Trump's disrespectful comments about members of the armed forces. The Lincoln Project, comprised of former Republican strategists who have turned against Trump, have been causing ripples in the political sphere with their impactful ads and social media campaigns. One of their ads, Honor Their Sacrifice, was released just before The Atlantic exposed Trump's alleged remarks about fallen soldiers. The report triggered public outrage, and the Lincoln Project promptly responded by asking their Twitter followers to share photos of real heroes with the hashtag #HonorTheirSacrifice. They aim to present Trump with a true depiction of heroism. Many people, including veterans and their families, answered the call, sharing moving stories and photos of their loved ones who served in the military. The hashtag quickly became a top trending topic in politics on Twitter in September. When asked about their harsh tactics and language, Florida-based strategist Wilson was unconcerned. He stated, "Who cares?" He clarified that he wasn't running for president and that they were merely responding to Trump's history of insults from Gold Star families to disabled individuals. Steve Schmidt, a veteran political operative and vocal critic of Trump, reiterated this history on MSNBC. The Lincoln Project continues to release ads against Trump and his supporters. One ad titled Parasite targets South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. It labels Graham as a political parasite who has lost touch with the people he represents. The ad features Graham praising Trump and then contradicting himself, underscoring his shifting positions on various issues. While some believe the group's tactics are overly aggressive and divisive, the Lincoln Project insists they are battling for the soul of the Republican Party and the country. They argue that Trump is a threat to democracy and must be defeated in the next election. Only time will tell if their efforts will succeed, but they have undoubtedly left a significant mark on politics. Graham, sitting before his TV, stared at the screen in shock and disgust. The scenes depicted wild animals devouring their prey. The voiceover intensified the discomfort, ridiculing his staunch support for President Trump. For years, Graham had been one of Trump's biggest defenders, always loyal. However, as he watched the animals, he began to question if he was merely following Trump blindly, oblivious of the consequences. The voiceover continued to taunt him, questioning his morals and why he overlooked Trump's lies and misconduct. Graham felt a knot in his stomach as he realized he might have been wrong all along. The images grew more disturbing and the voiceover grew louder until Graham could no longer bear it. He turned off the TV, feeling perplexed and uncertain about his next steps. Sitting in the dark, he contemplated whether it was time to alter his beliefs and stand up for what was right, even if it meant opposing the man he once admired.
Time for decency. It's time for Joe Biden.
The Lincoln Project's leaders convened to strategize their advertisements for crucial states like Florida, Arizona, and Pennsylvania. Stuart Stevens, a seasoned advisor with experience from 5 presidential campaigns, suggested treating each state as if it was its own governor's race. He cautioned against tackling too many issues simultaneously and emphasized the significance of wisely allocating resources. The founders promptly decided to address the revelations from Bob Woodward's book Rage, which disclosed that Trump was aware of the severity of the coronavirus in February but downplayed it. They produced a brief video and tweeted the hashtag #HashRage, which swiftly became the top trending topic. Filmmakers Fisher Stevens, Harim Emmer, and Amy Redford arrived to document the project's progress. Stevens, a vocal liberal activist, had initially considered creating anti-Trump ads on his own, but opted to join the Lincoln Project instead. Observing the project's continuous output, Stevens realized that all his ideas were already being executed. He was astounded by the incessant stream of content the group generated, wondering about the individuals behind it. Mike Madrid, one of the founders, joined the GOP as a young Latino in the late 90s with the hopes of aiding his community. Despite his commitment to the party, Madrid became disillusioned in 2016 when colleagues and friends found ways to justify supporting Trump, even after his derogatory comments about immigrants. He publicly exited the party in 2018 and used Twitter to voice his opposition against the administration's policy of separating migrant families at the border. He equated it with the worst atrocities in history, including slavery, and declared the current GOP as a threat to democracy. Similarly, Galen's concerns about Trump escalated as he observed the president deploying unidentified officers against Black Lives Matter protests. Ron Steslow, the Lincoln Project's sole millennial founder and political strategist, views the unchecked use of federal power at the state level as a blatant deviation from Republican values. He underscores the harsh reality his generation is facing, that democracy isn't a given. The Lincoln Project proudly showcases its significant accomplishments. Let's sit back with some popcorn and watch this political drama play out. What a predicament Donald Trump has created, but hey, we're relishing the humor that ensues from it. Ensure to watch this video till the end to gain an insight into the man running for president again. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button like it's your Monday morning alarm. We promise to keep bringing you more laughs and updates.
Nobody knows this stuff better than me. Nobody knows more about taxes than I do and income than I do. Nobody knows more about construction than I do. Nobody knows more about campaign finance than I do. Nobody knows consultants better than I know more about drones than anybody. Nobody knows much more about technology, this type of technology certainly, than I do.
Stay tuned for the next chapter and all the surprises it may bring. That's all for now. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.